Arctic Bay in Nunavut is the third most northern community in Canada, and it's where Isaac Suyuk lives. Hi, Suyuk. He's getting ready for a historic day to hear the Canadian government apologize for relocating his family and others from Kinngait to Dundas Harbour on Devon Island. These jackets are a symbol of his 15-year fight to hear those words. Wow. Piuyualuin. He wore this one when he met with federal officials when negotiations began. If he accepts the apology, he'll wear white for joy and happiness. Suyuk was born in 1939, just 10 miles east from here. His family is among the first Inuit in Canada to be relocated to the high Arctic for Canada's sovereignty. More than 90 years later, their descendants are still feeling the loss and pain from the relocations. In 1934, over 50 Inuit from Baffin Island were selected by the Hudson's Bay Company to move more than 1,000 kilometers to Dundas Harbour, where it had set up a new trading post. The federal government approved the plan. They sailed on the Nisqually to uninhabited Devon Island. The families were dropped off to hunt, trap, and trade and be a Canadian presence in the far north, with a promise from the government to return home after 2 years. When the ship returned, instead of going back to Kinngait, the families were dropped off in Arctic Bay against their wishes. Suyuk says his grandmother was devastated. When the Several families were moved yet again to Hudson's Bay posts in Fort Ross and Spence Bay.
1937?
Laisha Kavavauk's family was also relocated. Laisha's daughter, Lucy Kavavauk, is helping to get the acknowledgement. Lucy, how are you feeling about the apology?
It's incredible. The biggest thing for them to hear of, yes, we did wrong.
For the past 15 years, the Dundas Harbour Relocation Society has been working to get compensation and an apology. It all started with this letter, written by Suyuk himself to federal officials. Sarah Phillip is with the society. She is also a descendant.
Us Inuit always say that they adapt very quickly and they forgive easily. That's how they survived. Otherwise, if you don't forgive, you can't go on.
And on February 27th, the day they have been long waiting for, Suyuk and his community finally heard those words.
We are sorry. We are sorry. Mami Anak. The Government of Canada took advantage of its dominant position over Inuit living in the Arctic and moved them to further its geopolitical goals without due regard to the desires of the relocatees or impact that the move would have on them. The relocation should not have occurred without the informed consent of those to be moved.
Where a moment of silence was held for these descendants and for the more than 200 other descendants that have since been found. Bringing celebrations for Inuit who have been waiting for this day to come.